You know, the bonds between humans and animals can be just as heartwarming as any friendship. Today, we look into some of the most adorable moments where animals are reunited with their humans after what feels like forever. A woman visits a shelter to adopt but ends up finding her long-lost dog from 2 years ago. What are the odds? And here's a joyful chimpanzee reuniting with the couple who saved his life. This little guy was found in the wild with some serious injuries, but thanks to this kind couple, he's now safe and sound. He'll never forget their kindness. Watch as this fierce wild lioness turns into a total sweetheart when she sees the man who saved her life years ago. It's like she's saying, "Hey there, old friend." Aaron Morris had quite the scare when his car and beloved dog Jolene were stolen. She was later found abandoned in another state, but now she's back home. Sure, the car ended up in a river, but hey, at least he got his best friend back. Meet Kyra, a lioness who's back with a guy who raised her from a cub. He rescued her and took care of her in his wildlife sanctuary until she grew up and moved to a bigger place. Fast forward years later, and guess what? Kyra hasn't forgotten that kindness. When this man had to make a quick escape from unrest in Ukraine, he left his dog behind. But just look at that pup's ecstatic reaction when they finally reunite. Pure joy. Hippos might be known for being dangerous, but this one has a soft spot. Watch how this hippo bounces with excitement when meeting the man who rescued her as a baby. It's all about love. In court over an adorable little dog, you bet. The judge lets the pup decide who he wants to go home with. That's a fair trial, I guess.
Put the dog down. Put the dog down.
Hey, boys. Hey there. Come on, boys.
Oh. That's it. Take the dog home.
At a kangaroo sanctuary, one lucky kangaroo gives its savior a big hug after being rescued. Nothing like a grateful cuddle. After 6 long years missing in action, this little dog finally reunites with its family. Miracles really do happen. Casey the snoozer hasn't seen her owner in 2 years, an eternity in dog years. She's so happy she literally passes out, but don't worry, she gets checked out by the vet and is just full of joy. On July 4th, scared by fireworks, Dora the dog jumped her backyard fence and went missing for weeks. Her family searched everywhere and never gave up hope. Watch as they finally reunite after 7 months apart. It's heartwarming. Just look at her eyes. Limbani was abandoned by his mom at birth, but Tanya and George stepped in to raise him as their own. And boy, does Limbani appreciate it. This circus monkey shares an adorable hug with his best buddy, a volunteer named Miro who shows him love and kindness. Watch how hard it is for them to say goodbye when Miro has to return him to his owner.
facendo
Anita spent ages socializing with wolves, and when she visits them after 2 months, they're beyond thrilled to see her again. After 25 years apart, two former lab chimps still remember their old friend during an emotional reunion. It's like they never skipped a beat. Jupiter the lion was rescued from a circus as a baby after some tough times. He ended up at a rescue center where he met Julia Torres, after being taken away to a zoo and losing weight fast. With Julia's motherly care, Jupiter became fit and fine. This is Jupiter reuniting with Julia, and it's pure happiness. This lion had plans of his own until he heard his beloved owner's voice. Surprise! After tough times led to handing over her umbrella cockatoo named Tofu to foster care, this pet store owner finally reunites with him after months apart. Her store is back up and running, and so is their friendship. This monkey is all tears of joy when he realizes that the woman who raised him is back after being apart for so long. Even with a fresh haircut, this chicken recognizes her close buddy right away. Talk about feathered friendship. Check out this man calling his elephant pals from afar. He raised them since they were babies, and look at that love. They surround him like he's family and protect him. Isn't that incredible? Get ready for some happy tears, as this dog can't contain its excitement when its soldier owner comes home. It's an emotional roller coaster. For ages, wolves have been misunderstood as bloodthirsty beasts. Jamie and Jim Dutcher lived with them for 6 years to change that perception. After taking some time away, they returned not knowing if the pack would remember them. But thankfully, their bond remained strong, as the pack couldn't appreciate seeing them enough. Here's an unforgettable reunion between Queed the gorilla and Damien, the man who raised him before setting him free in the wild. After 5 years apart, Damien wasn't sure if Queed would remember him. Spoiler alert, he did, and he couldn't be happier. Here's a Marine who formed an unbreakable bond with his military dog. They were inseparable during their time on duty. Now, 3 years later, he's adopted his furry buddy. Just wait till you see their first meeting after all this time. Look at these elephants sprinting to greet their favorite human after being apart for 14 whole months. Talk about a reunion. A soldier returning home gets greeted by her loving golden retriever, a true testament to why dogs are considered man's best friend. That wraps it up for today. Do you have an animal friendship story? We'd love to hear it in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more heartwarming tales. See you next time.